when you see Jared Vanderbilt having a big rebounding night, what is it that he's doing on the court? Do you notice something about what he's doing in particular about his ability to get so many boards?
Multiple efforts, Leah. He make a defensive play and then he'll spring back into the pack and just rise up and get it. A lot of our rebounding problems have been that we haven't gone get the ball in the air. We kind of wait for it to come to us, and he's gone above the crowd and snatched it.
Chris, go ahead.
We've been working with him in terms of trying to improve his offensive game. He's always had that kind of defensive rebound element to his game, but I'm sure he could probably gain more minutes if he was able to kind of round out the offensive aspect. What has he been working on there?
Yeah, mostly just finishing, cutting. I think he's got a real good feel for spacing on the floor, playing next to a cat, in particular with his cutting, occupying like the dunker area, and then just being able to catch and finish in all different ways, because it's hard down there. You never know what angle the pass is going to come from. It's a tight spot. Being able to catch it and finish in a quick moment is a skill that needs to be developed. So we've been working on him with that.
John, go ahead.
Hey, Chris, the Clippers are, I think, the best three-point shooting team in the league by percentage, at least. With the way that you guys have operated defensively, do you do anything differently against a team that is this good, or how do you kind of approach it that way?
Well, yeah, good question, John. I still think it starts from being able to shore up your paint defense. They generate a ton of driving kick. I think the most driving kick threes in the league. And then they're also really good just dribble threes. Like Paul George will just, dribble three, right, create his own three right over top you with their size. So try to keep some size on their star guys if we can, and try to just lock up the paint. And if they make tough shots over us, then that's what we're willing to live with.
How much have these guys, I guess, come along in terms of contesting and getting out to, when you're trying to take that pain away, then it's still being able to scramble out and contest and make them take a tough shot?
Yeah, I think the scramble out part is there, but the contest, the meaningful contest, is probably not where we need it to be just yet, John. We're there, and I think we feel like we have a hand up, but it's probably not impactful enough for some of this great shooting. So we got to get a little bit better contest. Tonight's shot contest is going to be huge. I've said this to the guys from the day that I got here. A lot of NBA defense comes down to your level of shot contest, and you gotta when you think you've contested well, you gotta contest harder, because a lot of times with these guys, you're not in their field of vision soon enough to bother them.
Jace, go ahead.
Hey, Chris. All the guys have talked about how important this stretch is down the stretch here, the run of the season here, for setting the tone, setting the standard. I was wondering, do you guys have any set objectives, set goals in place for what you want to accomplish between now and the end of the year? And I guess how important is winning consecutive games, I guess, at some point here in this stretch as well?
Well, winning consecutive games is going to be a byproduct of playing better every time we step out on the floor, playing more consistently. We haven't quantified it with our guys. We're not saying we'd like to win X number of games. Of course, we want to win as many as possible. So we haven't necessarily even looked at how we want to improve analytically or anything like this. It's just, are we going to continue to compete at a high level every night? Are we going to give ourselves a chance to win? Are we going to execute the game plan? And then are we going to, do that repeatedly? And I think that's been our challenge. We've had a good run of games where we went, we build up to a win and then we kind of let go, and then we got to keep playing with some urgency.
And then how do you teach the difference to guys between what is a meaningful contest and what isn't? Does it really just kind of film as much as anything, showing hey, that was good, that wasn't?
Yeah, film it. When we get to practice, we actually work on it. We contest, and we just, yesterday we had a couple clear examples of not doing it the way that we need to do it. So we were able to stop practice and show them the difference. And then obviously reading who the shooter is. Some guys we need to contest out a little harder. Sometimes we need guys got to run them off the line, and some guys, we want to contest with the mentality that we're going to contain.
We'll do two more. We'll go Law and then Cameron. Law, go ahead.
Hey, Chris. Nice to meet you here over the Zoom. I know that when you were in New Orleans, your first year, Rajon Rondo was there as well for his only year. He had a decent regular season, and then he took his game to another level that postseason. Just wanted to get from you, like, what your impressions of him were working with him, and then seeing him evolve his game that postseason against the Blazers and against the Warriors with the Pelicans that year.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well, Lawrence. I love Rondo. I love working with him. Just a high-level competitor. I think at this point in his career, he's played in so many meaningful games that at times maybe the regular season bores him. But when the playoffs come around and there's big-time games, his pedigree is, about beyond reproach. So he is, as we know, very smart. Has a knack for making big plays in the right moment. The great thing about him is that you don't need to overcoach him. You just basically tell him what you're looking for, and he can go and figure it out. And superstar players, and I think this is what has made him so special. Like, the star players that he plays with really respect him and they trust him, and he can breathe confidence into those guys, which is a special skill. Those guys at times, certainly in our team, we had Drew and Anthony, and he kept pushing them to be better and better.
We'll go last question to Cameron. Cameron, go ahead.
Hey, welcome to LA, Coach. Want to ask you about Anthony Edwards and his development throughout the season or throughout the time that you've had him. What have you seen there? And then, not that you want to put a ceiling on his career, but what do you think the peak of him could be?
Oh, God. I mean, I wouldn't even know. I think he's got so much untapped potential. I think he's extremely raw with great skill set. He has ability to do something at a high level, which is get to the rim, get to the basket. Such a force getting downhill. His shot is getting better. I'm really comfortable with his shot selection right now. He's taking a lot of really good threes in rhythm, not taking as many tough twos. He's really, really coachable. Like, if you ask him to do something, he'll try to go out and do it right away. Almost, to the point where, he's trying to overplease you. I think with a great summer and a great training camp, you're going to see exponential gains in his as a player, understanding the NBA, understanding his own game and how he can master the parts of it that he's really, really already good at, but how he can better apply those things and then just keep adding to his game from there.